Here's a sweaty thought. I recently watched the new Thor movie, Thor Love and Thunder, and it was fine. I, once upon a time, was quite into the Marvels. You know, the Iron Man was cool and whatnot. Kind of fell out eventually, sometime around the time of the original Avengers. Since then, kind of checked back in, and it's been interesting to kind of be at an arm's length and kind of analyze things without a super kind of like defense mechanism, trying to see them as good or bad and just kind of accept them for what they are. So that being said, you can kind of feel the balance between the kind of creative filmmakers in the studios. And I think that's kind of evident in Love and Thunder. I mean, it's kind of cool. Taika has, a bunch of other cool projects that are kind of smaller budget and more independent, that probably have more creative freedom that I imagine his time is being dedicated to. And, you see kind of the chord narration all over the whole film, so you got to imagine there's some sort of deal being struck there. And I don't know, I felt deals all over the place in this movie. Like, Natalie Portman had some sciencey dialogue, and it was like, she's got to be smart as well as strong. Like, I don't know. Yes, she's a doctor and stuff, but it's just like the flow of things. It was like we were stopping to put things in, rather than, like, I recently watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, and they had a really good job of doing exposition during action and not stopping and doing an exposition scene peppered with jokes, but like actually having the exposition woven into a vital action scene. And you kind of get that a little, but the character stuff is kind of inconsistent, or I don't know. It just feels a little phoned in, you know? But it's kind of a good thing, I think, because if there's more projects to be focused on outside of the MCU that kind of allow a filmmaker, storyteller like Taika, or to, make stuff without a compromise, like Ragnarok, they were able to pull off. And then it's kind of that classic thing. The first book, they kind of pat you on the back for doing it. The second one, they chop you up. The third one is when they kind of define whether or not, you are almost doing the Jon Favreau, like Joss Whedon, whatever, like I can handle the big boy stuff, or if you're kind of going, that's not my bag. So, I don't know. It's been interesting to see such a combination of like art and industry in such an extreme. I mean, it's pretty unprecedented. But yeah, curious to know what anyone else thinks, and just kind of wanted to contribute to the discourse that's developing here on the internet. Ta-ta.